Hello, and welcome to Chris's Book Reviews. Now, a lot of you have asked me to give you a bit more information about my library of books, so as promised, here is my first in a series of book reviews. Now, the first book that I'm going to review for you is The Phantom Manor Phenomenon by Tadgh Culley, published by Theme Park Press. So, let's judge this book by the cover. Well, it's a very basic print, there's no embossing or original artwork, and nothing clever or exciting about it. Sorry, Hugh. There's a kind of spooky font for the Phantom Manor, and a photo of Phantom Manor which unfortunately bleeds into the spine. And Tadgh Culley's name at the bottom is huge. On the back there's a massive blurb. I'll just read a bit of it for you now. You have received an invitation suspiciously written with quill and ink to a private unauthorised tour of Phantom Manor. Pack your bags for Frontierland in Disneyland Paris, France, and prepare for an unforgettably spooky Halloween adventure. So, let's take a look inside. Well, firstly, this is Tadgh Culley's first book. There's a whole section about Tadgh towards the end of the book, so you get to learn a little bit about him. He's a screenwriter, and it shows in his style of writing. So this is a factual book, with a tour of the ride in '92, and then a tour of the refurbished ride as well in 2019. But it's done with this air of mystery, with the premise that you've been invited to Phantom Manor to have a private tour. And so the opening of the book kind of takes you through the journey as you get on the plane, travel to Disneyland Paris, and you go through the gates, and the gates slam behind you, and then you're shown round the entire ride in loads of detail. Personally, as much as the tone at times feels a little bit contrived, I would recommend that you read it through the first time and submerge yourself. It really adds to the atmosphere of the ride to have this whole story around it. Then if you want to revisit the section, you can do it really easily, because the whole book is broken down into 3 parts. So you can go back to the '92 ride, you can go back to the refurbishments in 2019, you can go and learn about Boot Hill, or you can go and look at the merchandising, or learn about the cast members as well. I really enjoyed this book. The tours are really detailed, and Tadgh has this great way of evoking emotion and visuals in his writing. The book overall is lacking some images, but that's got to be expected for this kind of book, I guess. And, it's a good companion to the official book, the Phantom Manor Decrypted, because, that's more of a souvenir book with lots of imagery in it. So it sits quite nicely in my book collection, really. At times, the tone maybe became a little bit contrived, but, after a couple of minutes of reading on, I was always brought back into it. So as much as it maybe wasn't entirely my kind of thing, it works really well within this story, within this book. And I learned just before Christmas that Tadgh has released a second book now as well, which is on Big Thunder Mountain, and I'm very interested to read that too. So there you are, The Phantom Manor Phenomenon by Tadgh Culley, published by Theme Park Press. Now you can get it on Amazon for around about £14, I think, which isn't too bad, I don't think. But you can also get it for your Kindle for £4, which I think is an absolute steal. I would really recommend this book. It's a great addition to your collection, particularly if you like theme park things, and it's great to have an unauthorised tour of what is one of my favourite rides at the park. Next time I'm going to review a book that has been essential for me for the recording of the Classics podcast. It's this one right here. It's called The Encyclopedia of Walt Disney's Animated Characters by John Grant. Have you read The Phantom Manor Phenomenon? If not, do you think that you might do now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll speak to you next time. Goodbye.